Once a year, you have the opportunity to completely immerse yourself in your glamping project, to gather everything you need, to create your action plan, to network and make valuable contacts with people in the industry, and to gather data and knowledge that you can't find easily anywhere else. You can find the largest and widest variety of glamping structures in one place. And this is incredible because the Americas is so huge, and yet you can go to this place, you can touch the material, you can feel what it feels like, you can understand the weatherproofing, you can understand whether you have the guarantees that you need, whether it's going to be right for where you want to put it on your land. It allows you to really build your business all in one place. So the question is, what are you going to be packing for the Glamping Show Americas that's happening next month? And one thing I would definitely recommend is plenty of notebooks and pens, because there is so much information for you to gather, so much for you to learn. You really need to immerse yourself in everything. And I can't wait to see you there. So exciting. Welcome to the Glamping Americas podcast, the place for inspiration about the business of upscale camping, glamping and luxury outdoor guest accommodations. I'm Sarah Riley from the Glamping Academy, and I'm working with my friends at the Glamping Show Americas to share everything you need to know about new trends, events, business models and investment potential in the rapidly growing world of luxury camping that delivers an experience. Interest in this industry is exploding, so if you want to be the first to find out what's hot and what's not, subscribe here and check out the show notes for more exciting news and links. And be sure to add the next Glamping Show Americas to your calendar for the 3rd and 4th of October near Denver, Colorado, and I'll see you there. I can't wait. Every time I attend the Glamping Show Americas, it just gets bigger and bigger. And it's grown another 10-20% this year as well. There are so many people that are going to be attending. There's so many exhibitors. It really gives you an opportunity to completely immerse yourself in your own project, the dreams for your future, your lifestyle, everything you want to develop. You can gather all that you need, you can create your action plan, you can speak to people, experts in the industry that can give you some really valuable information and also contacts for the area that you're planning to have your business. It's a place for gathering industry data. It's a place for you to get the knowledge that you need, to speak to the people you need to speak to learn from people that have already done what you're doing, maybe are a few steps ahead, or maybe have been running your dream business somewhere else in the Americas for many years. And it's a place for you to really get the knowledge that you wouldn't be able to find anywhere else. But the thing I love the most is being able to walk into those structures, to walk around them, to understand what they actually feel like when you're inside, to be able to think about how will this actually fit on your land for your dream business that you're planning? How will the structure deliver what you're hoping it will deliver to the guest? And most importantly, can you get any show specials? Can you get any discounts? And what are the guarantees on the material? What does the material feel like? Are there any issues with mold being generated in humid atmospheres? Maybe where you are planning to have your site, there's quite a bit of rain or a lot of humidity, or maybe you have a lot of sun, or it's very dry where you are and where you're planning to build your business. All of these things, these finer details, are things that you can speak to the providers, the suppliers about. This is a fantastic opportunity for you to really understand how these structures will work for you. And also, of course, seeing some structures you weren't expecting, you didn't even know existed. And actually, it's come as a great surprise to you because these structures are fantastic. And it's something you weren't expecting, and it's going to fit your business plans perfectly. You just don't know what the results will be from visiting the Glamping Show in the Americas. There's going to be over 143 exhibitors from 11 countries across the Americas. It allows you to really understand so many aspects of setting up a glamping business, making it profitable, keeping things legal, and being able to keep your occupancy high. Because there have been challenges for some businesses around the world for occupancy. So how can you build the necessary elements into your business now that will help you avoid those problems in the future? And if you want to stay in a glamping tent in the glamping village to really understand what it's going to be like for your guests when your business is finally set up, you can do that. Experience it, understand what you like and what you don't like about it, what you might change, what you might adapt, everything else in between. This is your opportunity to do it. What many don't realise about the Glamping Show is that there is a pre-show and also a conference during the show. So the pre-show is all about you being able to explore and find the options that are right for you. You can talk to other professionals, other seasoned professionals and people who are just starting their glamping business journey. You can talk about securing capital. You can talk about how you can do that for your project. You can learn from top experts about taking your project to the next level. Having an opportunity to explore these different options to be able to secure that capital is really, really valuable, and you won't find that anywhere else but here. The people who are attending are seasoned professionals who have been in this industry for a very long time. They know exactly how it works. They know exactly what you need to know. Even those things you actually didn't realise you needed to know, they will be able to give you the advice. But there's also a place here for people who are learning from the beginning. So there's the business planning basics. This is something really close to my heart because I think it's really important, especially if you're seeking investment from others, to be able to present your business plan in a really good way. So they will not only be talking about what you need to have in your business plan, they will also be talking about how you can present this in a pitch deck, but also what's the best practices around that? What do investors look for in an investment pitch? What do they expect? What are they hoping for? What turns them off from your investment request? What actually gets them really interested? There will also be a bit of talk going on around exit strategies. I'm always advising the people that I work with that you start from the end. You start with the end in mind. What is the final thing that you want to achieve? So is this selling your business? Do you want to maybe have a strategic partnership with someone else? Develop it into a family business that will become a legacy for your children? Is it something you would just simply want to sell at the end? So you're building something, a business that will become an investment, and then also you can sell it. It will become a return and maybe even a pension plan for you and your family in the future. Thinking about your exit strategy is crucial. And so this is something that some of the people in the pre-show will be helping you with. So understanding how that needs to look for you and what is right for you. And then when you work backwards, you can start that approach from the very beginning. It means that mistakes won't be made at the beginning. You'll have everything in place from the start. So it will make it easier for your journey as you go forward to achieve your ideal outcome at the end. Now, the thing I'm looking forward to the most with the pre-shows is speaking to founders, to having some of those really vital founder stories. So speaking to people that have already done what maybe you want to do and finding out what they would do differently if they were to do it again. This is something I've talked about to many people over the many years that I've been in business, and I've learned so much from this process alone. It means we understand what works, what doesn't, maybe what they do differently, so you can take a different path and you won't make the mistakes they've made, you won't waste the money they wasted, or experience those project delays that they suffered from. But when going through all of that, you can also understand how you can avoid a lot of the risk. There's so many risks in setting up a business. This isn't for everybody, but every business is like this. Glamping is no different. This isn't an easier industry. It isn't a harder industry. Setting up any business is difficult. It has its challenges. That's the thing that keeps us coming back for more, because the challenge, getting through that challenge and out the other side, is actually a really exciting and rewarding part of the process. But we want to avoid risk where we can. And this is what we will be talking about at the pre-shows, how you can think that through, how you can avoid that risk, how you can make your business ideas stronger. So the pre-show is really about learning from the experts. It's really about learning from the people who are already steps ahead from you. And this is vital learning, and it's all in one place. So you can end up coming away with so much valuable information that will help you make progress quicker. So the show conference that begins on the 3rd of October, one of the things that's going to be really vital for everyone attending is to get the first report at the conference. Now, this is a report that highlights the state of the industry. It's the first of its kind. It's a research report for the industry that has been long overdue. Unfortunately, because research costs a lot of money, and because very few companies are willing to do it, there has been precious little industry information and data for us business owners to be able to use. So at the conference, they're going to be talking about this new industry report, and you'll get an overview of everything that has been involved. It will help the glamping sector move forward with business and marketing, and also financial planning. And it will help you, the business owner, secure funding and to be able to highlight future trends. These are all vital things for you to know, especially if you're going out there and asking for investment. But there's more than that. There's also going to be some professionals there talking about how you can legally protect yourself and your business. This is absolutely vital, as we know. Unfortunately, in any business, there will always be some level of legal challenge at some point. So having things in place to protect yourself and your business is really, really good to get in place at the beginning before you have that first experience. Now, one of the things that I've found over the years is that many people don't actually know what could be a legal challenge in the future. I always say to people, you don't know what you don't know until you know it. Unless someone tells you this is a possibility, this is something that could happen. So being able to get that in place, that understanding in place, is great for you to be able to understand how you can protect yourself, what you have to have legally in place, especially when it comes to things like ADA compliance. It's going to help attendees with the complexities of the American Disabilities Act. Something that everybody has to have in place, but not everybody understands what they need to do, the requirements, how they need to go about it, and everything else. So here you will get the support you need to understand how you can become compliant. How important is that? And this is something that was really popular. At previous shows, attendees were desperate to understand this information to be given the right advice. So that's why the Glamping Show has brought in the right professionals to help you get the information you need. And there's other elements too, such as how your amenities can define your rates and your occupancy, and how is the guest experience part of that. And when you're building the brand for your business, is the brand part of your guest experience? Is that all interwoven? Is that part of the same thing? And how can you maximize your occupancy and your profits with strategic pricing? Have you heard of the dynamic pricing approach? With artificial intelligence tools just growing beyond belief, and I'm going to be talking about a lot of that in my own presentation, in my own speech at the show. There are now so many tools that can help you with all of this. Things that you probably don't even know exist. Maybe because you've turned off from the whole AI conversation. Maybe you think it doesn't apply to this industry. It applies to everyone, in every industry, in every generation. Everyone is going to be impacted in some way by the developments in the AI space, and that includes you. So understanding what that might be, and how you can take advantage of it to your benefit. And there are so many benefits for this industry, for the glamping industry and the hospitality industry. That is key. So no one can dispute that we've had some really difficult years. There's been, of course, the pandemic. There's been the war, which has affected people and their confidence in the worldwide economy. We've got the cost of living crisis. We've got all kinds of things going on with economic recession. There are lots of shifting regulations from governments. And in terms of the hospitality industry, there's ghosting by booking platforms that are doing things in an underhand way. There's trip stacking by guests, which has led to a huge number of cancellations. And there's also business cancellations, where businesses have cancelled a guest's hotel stay or a guest's holiday stay, and this has eroded consumer trust in the hospitality industry. So these are things that have really, really played havoc with the industry and with confidence in the industry. Things that worked once don't work the same way. They don't work in the same way as we expect. Things are changing. There's no doubt that things are changing. Actually, one of the things you can really do to understand how it's changing and to get advice on which way to go next is to go to shows like the Glamping Show and speak to professionals and people in the industry and understand how it's been working for them. But there has been a lot of doom and gloom around the world, lots of stories of things going well for some. And it's important we look at what's going really well for others and learn from that best practice and put it in place for our own businesses. I'm really in the enviable position of networking with thousands of glamping owners around the world. And this is something that has really helped me, and it's helped the people that I've worked with, because I've been able to take some of that best practice and understand how it can help other people. Having a bird's eye view of what works and what doesn't work is really essential. And it allows me a position of being able to give some industry predictions. I believe that we're not out of the woods yet in terms of the economy, but things are getting better and there are positives on the horizon. So during my session, I'm going to be sharing some data on the industry, things that have been shared by big business and also governments, talking about where things have been working and where they maybe haven't been working so well, but also thinking about all of those influencing factors on the confidence of the guest. So the rising cost of living, their own personal finances, the rising costs of vacations, and whether people believe that having a vacation is important, or maybe there's something else that's starting to come out which is showing to be more important than it ever has been. This is something I'm really excited to share with you all. Now, with industry changes such as things like artificial intelligence, for example, it's not just about how it's going to be affecting your business, it's about how it's going to be affecting your guests. So your guests are going to be using AI to find their holidays in the future. So how can you tap into that to make it work for you? Also, there's so many time-saving tools just waiting for you to make the most of them to build your business quicker. Can you imagine that, to be able to be successful quicker? There's two things that people complain to me about all the time. Either I don't know what to do or I don't have enough time to do it. Well, at the show, we're going to explain to you what you need to do and how you need to do it. And so when you say to me or others, I don't have the time to do that, well, you will. With AI now and the tools that are available to you anywhere in the world, you can now time save and become more efficient using these tools. I'm going to share some of that, and I'm going to share about how you can use it to do things like even write your own business plan or write your investment pitch. But it's not just about that. It's about how you can use it to make the services that you're going to be offering your guests, your customer, seem so much more attractive, so that people will find you, and from what you are sharing with them, they will want to take part in what you have to offer. This is how you convert people from just looking at what you offer as a service to become a booker. So from a looker to a booker. That's exactly what we all want. The way in which people are traveling now is changing. Guests are beginning to prioritize value, especially with the cost of living. This isn't just about dollars. This is about the sense of value, the whole stay experience, and how that experience gives lifelong memories to the guest and encourages them to want to come back time and time again. So demonstrating to your guests the huge value that your hospitality provides is where you can really stand out from the crowd and keep your guests coming back for more, talking to others about what they experienced. This is going to give you great word of mouth marketing. It's going to encourage them to come back and bring their friends back next time, maybe even their family. It means that any additional costs for your services can reap rewards in terms of generating repeat bookings and raving fans. So one of the ways you can do that is by offering simple add-ons to your existing offers with no additional cost to your guests. And I'm going to be giving some examples of what's working around the world in terms of these value-added offerings. But I'll also be building on what others are sharing, some other designers have been sharing, around the importance of how you design your site and how you design your guest experience and your structures, and what is working to really help businesses stay popular and stay visible to their guests, even as the industry around them increases in competition. It's important to note here that being a bit different and sticking to your own style and your own vision is really advisable, especially if the market is likely to become overcrowded. So at the moment, it's a new industry, there isn't so much competition out there, so it's easy to stand out. But what happens when the market becomes more crowded? We know that cookie cutter doesn't work as well in a crowded market. People can't be seen to be different. You can't stand up head and shoulders above other businesses so that you can be seen by your potential guests. So that's why it's really important at the beginning to have some kind of offer that helps you stand out and be different. So I'm going to be talking about what others in Europe and the UK and around the world have been doing to help them do exactly that, because their industries are a bit more mature and a bit more crowded. So they have had to try different techniques to get noticed. I interviewed Sarah Dusick from Under Canvas for episode 5 of this podcast, and I would definitely recommend you listen to that. Sarah Dusick is fascinating because she has been in this industry for so long. She has got some excellent advice to give people, and she talks about how great companies have a mission and a vision and why they are operating and why they want to contribute to the earth. They want to create more value for everyone. They create a cathedral in the wilderness, but they're very clear about not harming the environment when they do it. They could leave a place and leave no footprint. And this is something that she built into her own business model with Under Canvas, and it's something she is immensely proud of. And it's also something that she recommends for other business owners coming into this space now. She reminds us that as a glamping business, you can be a cushion between nature and people. So you can give them intentional inconveniences to remind them that they are in nature and amongst the extremes of it. Don't insulate them too much from everything, as they need to have a bit of discomfort. This is what she advises us. And she also says keep pioneering new pathways and bring your own vision to life. It's so true that your vision is important. Don't feel that you have to follow what everyone else is doing. Stand out from the crowd, keep your own identity, and share what's important for you in terms of of your principles and how you want to have that interwoven throughout the mission and the vision of your business. And essentially the why. Why are you doing what you want to do? And why are you building that into a business for you and your family to work on in the future? As I said, you can completely immerse yourself in your project and how you want to develop it if you choose to attend the Glamping Show in Colorado from the 3rd and the 4th of October. I'll be there. I can't wait to meet you all. If you need more information about why you should attend, where you can stay, or book yourself into the Glamping Hotel, if you want to find out more information about the exhibitors there, get yourself over to the Glamping Show website and find out everything you need to know. Just go to glampingshow.us and everything you need to know is there, so you can truly explore the business of luxury camping and everything it has to offer you. And if you do come, please come and say hi. I will be on booth 711 during the show or wandering around interviewing people for my upcoming podcast episodes, or I'll be speaking from the stage at the conference. I will also be at the pre-show. I'm going to completely immerse myself in every aspect of the show and I can't wait to meet you. So if you can make it, come say hi and I'll see you there. Until then, safe travels. See you soon. Bye bye.